They do have dogs like that. I'm going out and buy one to go to the casino. It was very well done. The mystery part of the book was believable. It was a story that could have happened.
Well, as she said, she based it on this Lacey Peterson story.
Disappearance. She wasn't married, so she couldn't have her husband as the bad guy. I've met people like Peyton.
I think everybody has.
Yes, she was a very believable character also. And I've met fathers like Mr. Davenport who think their money is going to buy them whatever they want and expect everybody to bow down to them. So
I was very intrigued by Miss Carr's talking about how she likes to intermingle her books. You know, I haven't read her other series. Now it makes me want to read them even more to see the connections.
I'm definitely going to read at least the Max Faraday series.
With us living in Maryland, I'm also intrigued by the Thorny Rose series because Washington's just right down the road.
Yes, and the fact that she based a lot of the story on the Lacey Peterson case and her disappearance, that was interesting. I was intrigued by that case when it came out, and having her base her books on it sounds great to me.
She has the Max Faraday series. She also has Lovers in Crime and the Thorny Rose, and now we've added the Chris Matheson Cold Case Mystery Series. So she's a busy lady.
The Thorny Rose is the one that the new book is coming out at the end of this month.
So look out for that. Her website, if you would like to check her out, is www.mysterylady.net. And we'll be putting this in our show notes so you can check that out.
Definitely. But I loved the characters in this book. Chris is a retired FBI agent who has lived with the shadow over his head all these years. And his deep love for his children and his mother and all the people in his life, he just sounds like a good guy, somebody I'd like to know.
Now, here's our question, our signature question. Who would you like to bean over the head?
Well,
except for the obvious.
Obvious, of course, would be the bad guys. But I think if anybody, maybe Elliot. He needs to press his suit as it goes. He kind of hung back there for part of the book, but he did get there in the end. The rest of the characters were pretty even. Now, Sandy Lipton, she had this very unrealistic love affair with Chris Matheson that didn't exist.
Things didn't work out very well for her. So
right.
If I was going to bean somebody on the head, and I would say for just part of the book, not the whole book, if I was going to bean somebody over the head, at least for part of the book, it would have been Caitlin, Chris's daughter. When she was talking about paying for this boy to go to the dance,
definitely.
I was just like, what? I mean, I'm all for women's lib and all this stuff, but don't sell yourself short. But maybe beaning over the head is a little too much, but I would have had a stern talking with her, definitely.
Yeah, she needed to get with the program. She's going to pay his way to the dance, and he's going to take somebody else too? I don't think so.
So do you think this was wrapped up neatly?
Yes, definitely. I knew most of the way through, especially because Doris said so, that Peyton was a bad seed. I was a little surprised with Carson's involvement.
Yes, I definitely was too.
I was, because he was so supportive of Chris. He was the one voice that said he didn't think he raped Sandy Lipton and murdered her.
Yeah, I think Lauren Carr did an excellent job with that.
She did a wonderful job. I was very surprised at that.
And once again, I know it's kind of late in the episode, but if you didn't read the book, I think you should stop.
Yes, go back and read it. It's well worth your time.
Even though we just told you the ending.
Right.
So I think that does it for ICE, the Chris Matheson Cold Case Mystery Series. So it's time to announce our next book. And of course, we're on letter D now. So
the book we're going to assign is called Louisiana Longshot. It's by Jana DeLeon. It's the first book in her Miss Fortune series, which takes place in Louisiana. Jana DeLeon was raised in southwest Louisiana among the bayous and gators. Her home is Carlisle, but you probably won't find that on a map. Jana and her brother spent thousands of hours combing the bayous in a flat-bottomed aluminum boat. She now resides in Dallas, Texas, with a very spoiled Sheltie.
This book has an average rating of 4.14 stars on Goodreads with 13,542 reviews. Wow.
There are 11 books in this series so far, and I guess she's still going. She also has a series featuring Shay Archer, which has 6 books, and a series called Ghosts-in-Law, which has 6 books. She also has 2 Mystery Parish series with 3 books each. And there is a Sinful Ladies Society Facebook page, so you can
we'll have to check
enjoy
that out.
So
that about does it for us today. I hope you enjoyed our interview with Lauren Carr.
We try to keep this under an hour, so we have to cut it a little shorter today than we would normally.
We can be located at itwasadarkandstormybookclub.com. That's our website.
And our email is darkandstormybookclub@gmail.com.
And we, of course, are on Twitter and
Spreaker and
we're
iTunes. And listen to us, give us a rating, subscribe.
And contact us. We'd love to get some emails from some of our listeners with suggestions. We have already received some emails from some book clubs and some authors that have asked to be part of our podcast. So we'd love to hear from some listeners with some suggestions also and some reviews. Please, we would love to include some of those in our episodes. We also have a Patreon. Every little bit helps. I'm sure if you go on Patreon and type in "It Was a Dark and Stormy Book Club," we should pop up.
So, we're still on a little bit of a high from our interview with Lauren Carr. We look forward to hearing from you. We will be back next week with another Bookends edition. So read the book, Louisiana Longshot,
by Jana DeLeon.
And we will get together soon. And remember,
life would be boring without a little mystery.
Bye.